I'm Davie.
I'm Misti.
BM
Unscripted.
Unedited.
Unapologetic.
Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? I'm Davie.
I'm Misti.
Yeah, and we are D and Watts.
And Davie has a hole in his lip.
Yeah, so if you were watching the YouTube after the intro, during the introduction, went to take a drink of my drink, and the hole in my lip took over. As my wife here is wiping everything I spilled on her hand on my back. That's cool.
Hey, at least you weren't leaning in for a kiss.
I guess not. But speaking of, I'm leaning in one.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
So,
baby.
what's going on, everybody? So,
Hey,
before we go
guys.
any further, go ahead and click the like and subscribe, comment button all over the YouTube or whatever it is streaming service you're watching us on. So,
Or listening to us on.
yeah, or listening to us on. So, as my wife is pointing out, we're gonna say Doge to the moon, but man, whoo, AMC.
AMC is the star
Hey,
today.
we ain't trying to be like
AMC gets a gold star.
That's true. We ain't trying to be over here like every other YouTuber right now that is AMC. And here's why. Here's
or
the squeeze in this.
podcaster or
Yeah,
whatever.
the squeeze is this and blah, blah, blah. Now, look,
No.
all we're
And
going to say...
It's not here.
Yeah. We're not financial advisors. All we're saying is, man, it would behoove somebody to get into AMC.
Behoove.
Behoove, you like that one?
I like that
I
one.
went there. Behoove.
Behoove.
Would behoove you to get in that.
It feels good when you say it. It's one of those words.
Yeah,
But you know
yeah.
how I am about words. I love words.
Mm-hmm.
Behoove.
Behoove. So you guys go... Yeah, like I said, behoove you to get into AMC.
So we're a little dehydrated, maybe.
Oh, my goodness.
We've been working in the garage, and it was really hot today. And of course, you know, we would get done with the spiders and creepy crawly podcast,
Yeah.
and we're like, "Hey, here's a good idea. Let's go clean the garage." And
Yep.
it's 100 and something degrees outside.
Right? And, of course, you know what we found while we was in there? We
Spiders,
found the spiders. I was like,
creepy
see,
crawlies,
this is what we get for talking
beetles.
trash.
all kinds of
Yeah. But they knew it was time
flying
to go.
things. Yeah.
They knew it was time to go. You know, because during the summertime, spring and summertime, you know, all those things come into whatever orifice they can into your home to get cool.
I thought you said orifice.
Orifice. Or cracks. And orifices.
Yep.
Orcas.
No, you're right.
That's what I say, orifices.
I just, yeah. Did
Okay.
I say I'm probably dehydrated?
Yeah. They come into your house. How about
Might
that?
have a little bit of heat stroke.
Yeah, well, however they can get into your house, they get there.
That part of my brain that's a
Man.
10-year-old boy is like, he said orifices.
Yeah, it was hot. How about that?
It was hot.
It was just hot. It was hot out there,
So,
man.
if
It was like,
you know, hydrate, which we were. Here's the thing. We really were, but it gets to a point where you're like,
yeah.
you
y'all
can't
had-
hydrate
yeah.
anymore.
You had to excuse the yawns because we were literally like, whoo, boy.
We're wore out.
Yeah, it was a day.
But
so
it was a good day of work.
was a
It
good
was
day.
an honest day of work. It
And
was
we
a
got
good day
stuff
of
done.
work. We got stuff done. We did a
Yeah.
lot of adulting
Yeah.
today.
Yep.
And our body lets us know that we
Mhm.
adulted because it hurts.
I felt like we needed the lemonade to like commemorate what we did. Like, hey, you know what? Congratulations, y'all now adults. You're now grandma and grandpa. Here's your
You
lemonade.
did it.
It was exactly so, but it is what it is. We did it. We knocked
did
it
it.
out. You know what I mean? It was still a great day. Got a surprise visit by one of our sons today. Randomly came down
We did.
on his way back.
It was awesome. He was on the phone with them.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, you know, I'm gonna get off of here. We gotta go to the store.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were just going to the gas station. And we went to the gas station, and I get a message, and he's like, "Hey, secret mission." I was like, "Ooh, I'll be very quiet." And I typed it that way too. And he's like, "How long are you gonna be at the store?" And I said, "Literally 5 minutes. We're down the street. Dad's already in. We're gonna be home. Why? What's up?" I'm thinking it's for like a Father's Day thing.
Yeah.
And he just sends back a picture of him
His GPS.
on his GPS and
Yeah.
where he was. So by the time we got home and we were in the house for maybe 2 minutes,
Yeah.
where I'm like unlocking the door because, you know, Davey's a door locker.
Yeah, damn right.
And he should be.
Damn right.
And so I was like casually like opening the curtains and I saw the kid's car and I was like, oh no, Davey's gonna see. And so I just slyly kind of unlocked the door and led Davey back to the kitchen because it's always nice to get a surprise.
It was. It was a
Even
good
though
surprise.
I mean, like, it was a surprise to me me too, but
Yeah.
I always want to make sure that, you get that surprise.
Yeah, it was a good surprise though.
And he helped us with the garage, which is even better.
He helped us with the garage. That was that was a plus.
It was a big plus because he's young.
Mm-hmm. The strapping lad.
Hey, you guys go do this. But no, I was out there too.
But we got it out of the way.
And watching you guys put the shelves together.
I don't want to talk about the shelves.
I know you don't.
No. Well,
but I have pictures.
Whatever.
You can bet your sweet bippy they're going on here.
Yeah, it's all right. That was fun.
I got you.
Yeah, but you guys, enough about our day.
We had a good time.
We had a good time.
We hope you guys had a good day, and that you have a good day if you're listening to us.
Yeah,
during
because
the day.
And if you don't get nothing from this talk, hydrate. Cause man,
hydrate.
Yeah, we were out there, and when I say we were like dehydrated, we were standing there, and I was like, she was red, and I wasn't red, but I was just more so like, oh my goodness.
I realized on this thing I show up, the color of a ghost, but I do have some
circles.
Some things going on.
Yeah, dark circles
on the face. Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for that.
I'm asking if that's what you were going to say. Dark circles.
No, I was going to say more of like a sunburn, but
okay,
that's whatever. That's what you think. That's cool. Thanks, babe.
Yeah. What do we get? Is our fishbowl topic.
Our fishbowl topic of today is: what would you tell yourself at the ages of 15, 21, and 35? 15, 21, and 35.
Ooh. Okay. So, I guess you want me to go first on this
please.
one? Okay, so
I gotta think.
This would take some.
Because my dome needs hydration.
I gotta hit my CBD on this one, because, what would I tell I'm good now. Okay, so what would I tell myself?
What would you tell
at 15 years old?
At 15, people...
So can we go back and say whatever? Because you've seen those memes where it's like you can only say 3 words to yourself, or we can just say whatever.
No. We're not. That's too hard thinking.
At 15, because this would be hard. You said 15, 21, and 55?
15, 21, and 35.
35. Okay.
Because I feel like those are when I wrote it, I remember thinking, everybody's like, what would you tell your 18-year-old self? And I'm like, but 15 is a game changer. Like, a lot of stuff starts to happen. You're like, no, you're on that downward kind of hill of being, in high school. Mm-hmm.
Well, first thing I would tell my 15-year-old self would be stop chasing her. Trust me, I've seen them in the future. Don't worry about it. So, that's what I would say. I seen him in the future. You ain't missing nothing.
Wow.
Wow. I didn't name names. If you feeling butthurt about it, I didn't name names. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but that's
like don't
funny.
chase any
I wasn't
of
even
these.
thinking about
that.
Don't
chase that. Like, I seen the future. Trust me. You don't need to be chasing them.
Coming from the future.
Yeah, I'm here for the future. You don't need to change. You don't need to chase either one of them. What about your 15-year-old self?
I'm trying to remember where I was at 15. Yeah. We moved a lot.
Mm-hmm. 15 is a sophomore 15. Year, right?
Yeah.
So you're in 10th grade. I know where I was. I still in Illinois, chilling.
I guess. Whew.
I mean, I got another one while you're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Look, straight F's is not where it's at. That's
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's like straight F's is not where it's at. If I could go back and change one thing.
Because you were saying that the other day. Mm-hmm. You were saying how you just it wasn't that you weren't incredibly smart, because you are. Yeah. And you were back then. You just weren't trying.
I wasn't challenged back then. But it's like I said, I want to say my sophomore year is when I got into radio TV. At radio TV, I had a teacher by the name of Mr. Talley.
I love his name,
Mr. Talley taught me all about editing and all this, which is why me and my wife are really good at editing these things. Well, it comes back to us.
But I think along those lines, it would have been stay in that school. Mm-hmm. And even if it was, just go to school. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I graduated early and I did that whole thing. I didn't want to be in high school. I was one of those people. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't because people were mean to me or anything like that. It was just that I I just never could get the hang of it.
Yeah.
So, but at 15, I was actually in trade school. I was in cosmetology school. Now, and I will say that my cosmetology, the dean, the head of it, was a horrible man to me. And like, I kept thinking, I remember thinking when I was younger, okay, maybe this is one of those times that when I'm older, I'll realize it. Because my father and mother used to say to me, when you're older, you'll understand. And I look back and I'm like, no, he really didn't like me.
Yeah.
And I was a good kid until,
maybe...
like, I'm a respectful person at my core. And especially was as a teenager, even though I was mouthy, I knew when to be mouthy and when not to be. But this guy, you know, after a few months of being with him and realizing that he just literally... I had to wrap a perm for 8 hours.
Ooh.
As many perms as I could do in 8 hours. This was not a challenge. I did not win a prize. I did not get to take a lunch break. And if you've ever rolled a perm in blue perm rods on hair longer than mine, you'll know how mean that was. And he just was mean. Now I can roll a mean perm. I can do hair like nobody's business. But yeah, but I would tell myself not to let those people get in my way because I wanted to go to Stanford and I had the grades to go to Stanford. Like I would really get on to myself and say, no matter what, you have to go to school.
You guys can see early on why I swooped up, right? So,
so you wouldn't say to yourself, go find Misti.
Yeah, well, no, because not back then.
You're right. It wouldn't.
Yeah, we had to find each other when it was our time. Yeah.
Okay, so stay in school, go to school, like try harder.
Yeah, try harder. Like, you know,
even though your senior year you turned it around.
I did. Senior year did get on the honor roll. Excuse me. I did get on the honor roll my senior year. Yeah, so I turned that around, but
I think so that jogged another thing for me though. Sorry. Write down more. Like, ask your dad more questions.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to bring that down, but my dad was a lovely dad to me. And I've always said that. He was a good dad to me.
Yep, that's all that matters.
And he had really great experiences, and he was way older than me. And so did my aunts and uncles, and I wrote a lot down. I do have some things written down of experiences and stuff, but, yeah. I would have, like, chronicled it better. Like, make sure that, you know, I'm paying attention to the elders and learning all the recipes.
Yeah.
Because I miss the food.
I'm going to tell you what. That's
the Portuguese.
That's the one I used to really love. I hope to pay attention to. Wish I would have paid attention to. In my southern meals and stuff like that. Yeah, the
right?
food. Yep.
And some biscuits and gravy.
Man, that would have been great.
God, sakes. Okay, so we did 15.
All right, so what's the next one? 21?
21.
Okay, so do you want this one first, or you want me to do 21
No,
first?
go ahead.
All right, so where was I at 21? I turned, that's right, no, I was in Kuwait.
Of course you
when
were.
I turned 21. when I turned 21 in Kuwait. First of all, if I had time travel back to when I was 21, and it brought me back there, I'm like, oh, hell no, I see you. When you get back.
I'll see you when you go to Japan.
I see you when you get back. You know what I'm saying? No, it was in Kuwait. No, but at 21, I was still at my first base. So I would have, at 21, what would I tell myself? Because now, at 20, because it was 21 and then 30.
35.
21, 35, then 55?
No.
Oh, I thought you said 55.
We're not 55.
Oh, that's right. We'll be traveling in the future. 21, so at 21... I would say this is hard because I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah, I know. At 21, I know exactly what it is.
Oh, okay.
So at 21, I would tell myself and prepare because this may be a repeated sentence.
Okay.
At 21, I would say, "Trust me, buy Apple stocks." Trust me, because when I was 21, Apple was it was just not nobody cared about the Mac. You know what I mean? And it was about everything Microsoft. You know what I mean? Microsoft ruled the world. It was everything Microsoft. Apple was dang near bankrupt.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like I would have came back, and the hardest thing for me would have been to get myself to believe it. You know what I mean? Like, listen to me very carefully. Buy Apple stocks. And then I would have told them, hey, you're going to get older. You need to start. Well, actually, so Apple was already out.
Yeah.
I don't know when Google came out. I'm not sure what year Google came out. I would have told them, hey, Apple and Google, you need to buy these stocks. I don't care. trust me, buy these socks.
He keeps saying Google, and
My
his phone keeps going, yes, may I help you?
See, that's what I mean, because...
There you go. Apple and Google.
That's another reason I would have told myself, go buy it. I would have brought my Android back with me. See? This is why.
But can I just say that I love so much that you went to stocks and not the fact that you were in Kuwait. And it wasn't get out of the military or anything like that. That's what I love about you. You love your career. You love your service.
I do. I did.
I gotta say that.
Yeah.
I gotta say that.
I would
just
never
so
tell
proud
myself
of that for you.
to get it. I mean, even right now, even dealing with the things that have happened, if I could go back and tell myself, do what you can to not go to this place, I still wouldn't.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Because you love your experiences.
Yeah. Because if it wasn't me, it'd be somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be somebody else, then, and that wouldn't be right.
But I just think that's cool.
Yeah.
Apple and Google. Okay.
Apple and Google. So what about you at 21? All right. Maybe a sore topic here. But
so at 21, I mean, yeah, I was doing well. Like, I could have done better. And I think that's what I would have, maybe if I just would have appeared and said, get the kid and leave. or, just run.
Yeah. And so but see, those are the things, like,
or,
if you knew nothing would change.
Well, because you and I both were married at a young age.
Mm-hmm, we were.
And it didn't work. I mean, well, and I hate to even say that because both of us were married for a long time. That's not fair.
Yeah, it is. It didn't work.
No, it's not fair to sit there and say it didn't work in that way. Because to me, I stuck it out. Yeah. And so did you. Like,
that's a long time.
But because I could have, again, if I would have gone back at 15 and said, hey, go to Stanford, like your plan.
Yeah.
Leave these boys alone.
Yeah.
And then at 21, hey, leave that boy alone.
Yeah. But then you got to ask yourself, too, though.
And that's where it goes, because it's like, okay, I think it would be like, take your kid and run.
Yeah.
Or, not even run, I didn't have to run. Stay gone. Because honestly, at 21, we had broke up. So like for a minute. So it's like, hey, don't do this, and I think that would.
Yeah, but also ask yourself this: if you would no, if you would have told yourself, you might have told yourself roll out, because that's what we gotta be careful, right? Because if we were to go back in time and tell ourselves something like, hey, right. Like, I would have still myself.
Well, 15. I mean, obviously, anything we go back in time, I mean, you have to go Nerdist about it, right?
Yeah.
You're going to mess up the whole timeline. I mean, so you have to just be comfortable with that thought right then and there.
Because the problem is that, just like, me saying, I could go tell myself something. Like, if I would have told myself getting the Apple and Google stocks, right? We might not have met.
Well, no, because you'd be like a bazillionaire.
Yeah, so it's just like, go get in the Apple and Google stocks. And then I would have had to tell myself, and then wait for her. And then find her.
But the problem, and I think it's another reason why I wrote those specific ages, is because you don't, looking back, you didn't realize how smart you were, how full of life you were, how things weren't as hard as you thought.
Yeah, they weren't. I mean? Yeah, and it's the same thing now for even the young people now, right?
It's like, man, I was just so. It wasn't even dumb. It was just so naive and thinking that, I should be nicer to people. Yeah.
But think about the things.
I should be, listening to people.
Yeah. Think about the things you complained about at 15, though. I mean, just think about it. At 15, because our kids complain about it now. I mean, they're
to school.
They're older now, but back then, I'm sure they had some of the same complaints we did.
That was the stupidest complaint I had.
Yeah. You know what I was saying?
All I had to do was go to freaking school.
Yeah. You know what I would say? I know I'm moving backwards just a little bit.
What?
And my 15-year-old, so I'd be like, look, your mom knows all of your tricks. Stop doing it. Just stop, bro. She's going to catch you in dang near all of them. Just stop. Just stop, bro. You're going to save yourself a lot of ass whoopings, so just chill out.
It's hard, too, though, because looking back at 15, I mean, I enjoyed, like, my friends, my family. I enjoyed a lot. So It was just I needed to be more serious about things that would matter, and I didn't know school was going to matter. So, you know, if you've got a 15-year-old at home, please show them this. Like, seriously, here's a time machine right here.
Yep.
Guys, I know it sounds silly, but I promise you it means something, whether it's school or trade school. We need trades. We need trade people.
Yeah, so I'd go back. That's one of the biggest things I think we do. We could go back is make ourselves do more.
Yeah,
do more. Like, because it's like you gotta tell yourself, look, man, I'm gonna tell you, every experience you're about to have, you need to go to the fullest, and so
balls to the wall.
Yep, yep. So what was the next one? 33?
No.
It was 15, 21, and I think 35, 33. I think
it was 35.
15.
I know we're getting all philosophical on a time machine that we don't own. 35.
35. Okay. So you want the 35 one or? Yeah. So, 5 years ago. 20.
Thank you, baby. I like that so much.
I said 5 years ago?
Yeah, for you.
No.
So go. What? 35.
So that would have been what, 2016? For me?
Sure, math. I don't feel like subtracting.
Yeah.
Needs fuel, water.
So I would, if I went back to 35, I'd say, look, bruh, around, I don't know, October or end of September, mid-September, I'm going to need you to go ahead and invest in Bitcoin.
Right, I thought you were going with that.
No, 2016.
I'm over here going,
yes, that's time. Invest in Bitcoin. No, I would tell myself, invest in Bitcoin. And then, at that time, I would say, look, you need to invest in Bitcoin. And then I would have a picture with me, and I said, find her. Whatever you do, you find her. Because that was only 5 years ago. And I would say, you make it your mission. There is not enough money in this world where you don't need her. Find her. That's what I would tell myself. Like, where do I find her at? Look, bro, try Kansas. You know what I'm saying? Try Kansas.
Tell me, have you seen
her? Exactly. I'm telling you. Now, I would have said invest as much money as you can in Bitcoin.
And keep it there.
And keep it there. Take, some out to get yourself out of debt. Go find her and leave that in there. Leave the rest in there. That's what I would have said. And then, just be happy after that. Because 5 years ago, wow, I mean, what can I say? I would have said find her and then get the hell out of Kansas. Because the time I was in Cali, I was like, go find her and then
he was in my home.
Yep.
And I wasn't.
Cali. Yeah. Well, what would you tell your 35-year-old self?
Oh, God, so much. So very, very, very much.
Hey.
35, I was in Massachusetts. Actually, I was having a good time in Massachusetts. So, be prepared. I think it would have been an investment thing. My 35 and your 35 are a different.
Were you in Doge at that time?
Time ago.
Were you in Doge around here?
Was I in Doge?
No, Doge. I think Doge came out.
Doge didn't exist.
Yeah, Doge didn't exist.
When I was 35.
Well, I mean that's not really saying anything, though. I mean, Doge is fairly new.
It's saying a little bit.
Yeah, no, Doge is fairly new.
Not really.
Yeah, it is. Doge is fairly new, baby.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyways, go to Boston more. I would have told myself that. I really lived like at 35. I think I would have, I would have told myself about things that were coming up sooner. I probably would have gone to school sooner, gone back to school. It would probably have been like, hey, you're here, you have a good job, go to school.
Definitely something I would have told myself.
I would have, you know what? Don't even try with the public school system with your kid. Because, I mean, I was having to advocate for my son. So it was like, it wasn't worth it. Again, it centers around, wow, I'm going to save this to like a time capsule so that I can play this when I'm of a different age.
Yeah. And
make sure, check in with myself that I'm still not pleasing people. Because it's a reoccurring thing in my life. And just, think more about me. And my son, of course, everything I did was for him. But at the same time, it doesn't, just because everything I was doing was for him didn't mean it was the right thing to be doing or that it worked.
Yeah, True.
You know, so it was more of like, I think I would just say, hey, just can you live? Like, can you just be happy and travel and see everything you can? Just
because you notice how our pretty much the things we would say changes from each age. And 35, we're wiser and we're going to be able to understand. Because at 15, even if we were staring at each other, even though we knew it was us telling us, be like, whatever.
Yeah.
I can, just because it happened that way don't mean it's going to happen when I get there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At 21, then you really think you know it all.
It's true.
Yeah, at 21, you really think you know it all.
And then you get 35 and you're like, well, I didn't know shit.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
You good?
Yes, Steez.
Is it bless you?
Excuse me. Okay, there it is.
All right.
I'm good now.
I got it right.
I'm good now. I had to get that sneeze out.
But no, I mean, I think those are really interesting ages.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody just thinks about it.
Yeah.
And then, like, make a mental note to yourself. Mm-hmm. Hey, so 35, we did 21.
Right.
35. So what about 48?
Yeah, then that's what I was about to say.
Make it a weird number.
That's what I was about to say. If you, now granted, because this is different, because if you could go, it's hard to see yourself in the future right now. But if you see yourself in the future, what would you want yourself to know now? Which is pretty much probably one of the most difficult questions to ask yourself. Like, I don't know where I'm at then. Like, yeah, okay, but think about things. Like, I could sit here and say right now, me and you had this talk the other day, like, man, like, how far would you go back? Well, right now, I go back 6 months and say, buy GameStop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're like, no.
Go buy GameStop.
What famous person would you know? I want to go see me and say, get GameStop.
They're like, hey, go buy GameStop.
There's a revolution getting ready to happen, and you need to go ahead and position yourself.
I'd go back probably to November. Say, I need you to buy as much Dogecoin as you can right now.
Christmas is canceled.
Yeah, Christmas is
canceled. Put it all in Doge.
And I need you to put like 500 or 600 in Doge. You know what I'm saying? And then I need you to put a bunch in GameStop. Trust me. Even when GameStop came out, I'd be like, okay, take this out, now put a bunch in Doge.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said. But anyway, those are the things that we would tell each other. I mean, what would you guys say at those ages? Because I'm sure there's a lot of, I wish I could have. If I would have only, you know what I mean? I mean, hey, you guys know what it is, dmwatspodcast@gmail.com. That's where you can find us at. We ain't winning anywhere. As usual, like, subscribe, don't forget. I feel like I have to say this one more time. We are not financial advisors.
No, edutainment.
Edutainment. It's like, hey, we are. I like what you did. That's what you did. Like, subscribe. And as always, you can find us on Do Your Thing, baby. All the streaming services. If you're watching us on YouTube, appreciate you. Like, subscribe, all that. Find us on all the streaming services.
Ooh, I would tell my 15-year-old self to keep my hair pink.
Yeah.
Just make
That's
it pink.
a good idea. I think that's a good idea.
Just keep it pink.
For those of you guys also who are watching us, another thing, we've expanded the podcast. Also, we're on a bunch of other apps too. Was it Stitcher?
Oh, yeah.
We're on Stitcher now. We're on... I don't know. There's two other ones. But, hey, we should be all streaming services right now.
You can Google us.
Yeah, you can Google. Hey,
we didn't get to buy Google, but you can Google us.
You can Google us at DM Watts Podcast. That's awesome. Because if you put DM Watts Podcast, you'll see us on there.
Yeah.
So, hey, you guys go ahead and take a look. But, as usual, Doge to the moon, ANC apes in the house. You guys know what it is. So, it's apes. AMC apes, yeah. You knew that already, but because she's one too. So
I am a big ape.
That's how we get out. So hey, check it out, guys. Signing off for DM Watts. I am Davie.
I'm Misti.
And everyone, please take care of each other. Y'all take it easy.